think the audience might not know what we're talking about right now either.
I don't know what they're talking about.
I'm just saying, listen, I'm the bad guy anyway. Hey, check this out. If Mel wouldn't engage in the first place,
engage in what?
With Drake and all that shit, the audio on Instagram and all that stuff, we wouldn't be here at all.
Please.
I'm saying that you were used as a tool to get. You were used as a tool initially to get under Joe's skin. And shout out to him and Ian for being professionals.
How long ago was that?
It was long, but it was still a tool that you fell into. It was still a marketing tool.
I didn't fall into anything.
And then you tried to dress it up as, yo, I'm being celebrated, so allow me to be celebrated at the detriment of your boss and our
How
friend.
is it the detriment to him?
Because it was an insult. Yo, Melyssa Ford, you around a sucker. It was an insult to him.
He never says his name.
He
never says his name.
You got me there. I have nothing to say.
He never says his name.
You're right,
he doesn't say anybody's name.
You're right.
He doesn't say anybody's name.
You all right? If that's the angle you going with, I have to respect that and I yield.
It's the only angle.
Huh?
Mel, all right.
That's not the only angle.
That's not the only angle. If Drake had made a song saying, Joe, you a legend, I hate that you sit next to a dick sucker.
Okay.
It never said your name. Mm-hmm. Would you be comfortable with Joe celebrating that song under the premise that he never said Melyssa?
Let me tell you something. Do you know what I've had to fucking listen to for the last 20 years? No.
I'm with you on that, but before you get there,
because that's it. That's literally it. That's my answer.
Okay.
That's my answer. That's my fucking answer.
I like how you are right now.
Okay.
I'm going to champion a song that celebrates the out of me. Absolutely. When I've been mocked for 20 years.
You put on 2 pairs of shades?
I thought you just passed me. So Mel, I hear. So I guess the only thing I would say to that is,
you're not gonna double shade it.
You put the Michael Jacksons over the
oh my God! This is you can't double shade it. Joe, that's rude. Take it off. You can't do that, Joe.
Go ahead, Mel. Finish.
No, I'm not in this. Don't look at me.
Yeah, I like when
because I'm not arguing with they're arguing too. So I don't want nothing to do with this argument.
So why'd you double shade?
Have the 1v1 because this is.
And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna pull back too because I don't want to interrupt your exchange.
Yeah, this ain't my fight.
I yield. She got it. I think the point she made was valid, and I think she's standing in what she's standing in. And she said that she got a lot of disrespect over the 20 years of her career.
She's right.
And when she's being praised, even if it's at the detriment of anybody else, she's going to take that praise.
But it's not at the detriment. And then furthermore, when I leaned into it, when I made my own little video, I cut out the quote unquote disrespectful part. I did. Intentionally.
It's not quote unquote disrespectful.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know that he has a history of using women to get at other men?
Do y'all know y'all pressed Mel about this already?
That's why I said
that's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to
stop talking.
It's not worth the conversation.
And I'll be completely honest. Before I came up here, and even while I was up here, I had no fucking clue what their history was. I had no clue. I did not know. And so to answer that other question you just asked me, do I know that he has a history of using blah, blah, blah? No, because I have never fucking paid that close attention.
Got it.
I have never fucking noticed. No, because you know what I'm saying? I've never noticed. So this was like, to me, it just seemed like some silly, superficial shit, really honestly. You know what I mean?
Play with words.
Yeah. And then to just follow it up with the fact that it's a song praising me when I have had a song mocking me and people say this shit to me for the last 20 years.
That's yes. Good job, Damu. Good job.
Everybody stop saying that Damu.
They're gonna learn.
They can play around all they want.
They're gonna learn.
Them two being carried away to what's it in Brooklyn, MDC?
No, in Jersey, they're gonna take you over to. They're gonna take you to Essex County.
Yeah, they could do. And I'm
Grey Monster.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Just don't say no more Damu. Don't do no more.
You already got one case.
I know, but don't dap him after.
Don't play along with that. Yeah, you on one case already, and your reaction.
She ain't going another thing.
Her reaction from what the? Oh, holy pig feet and pork chops, Batman. How the hell did I get my chops into this? Smell fuck you. Anyway, that's not my beef. My beef is who wrote this thing. You don't have to answer that.
Mel publicist.
Answer it mentally.
Mel wrote it.
No, she didn't.
I think Mel is articulate enough to write.
Mel definitely wrote. That's not the question.
Mel didn't write this.
Ian did.
Mel didn't write this.
Mel definitely.
And Ian didn't write it either.
He doesn't.
I don't want to answer.
Okay,
because I know the answer.
Not going to answer.
Yeah, well, answer.
Tell that person to not write about me or my company.
Why?
Because I asked.
We're writing. Okay, hold on one second here. Wait a minute. Because we have BTS that is out on Patreon where it's a whole discussion about that website and my image on it. Furthermore, more information is found out by Ian from Tyler that they bought the name and that it gets rerouted to your Patreon.
What does any of that have to do?
We discuss it up here. So it's in there. It's out there. It's out there in the ether. It's being discussed.
Which was never in question.
Okay.
That was never in question.
So everybody else can have conversations about this, but I can't just succinctly say in a show of support, this is what my team members did for me. As a way of saying thank you, publicly.
You can if you tell me that that's you that said it.
It is me that said it.
So you wrote this?
Yes.
All right, never mind.
Does it say Melyssa's statement?
I got Savannah.
Does it say Melyssa's statement?
No, I got Savannah.
What do you mean?
No, you didn't write. But if you rolling with that, then I'm shutting up.
Joe Budden and Drake's complex relationship has evolved over the years, and it's one filled with tension and misunderstandings. The two artists, once on good terms, found themselves at odds after a series of public disputes. It all started with subtle jabs and ended up in full-blown beef, particularly after Joe Budden made critical remarks about Drake's music and career. Budden, a former rapper turned media personality, has never been shy about expressing his opinions, and his criticisms of Drake's artistry and authenticity set off a firestorm. Drake, known for his high-profile career and massive fan base, didn't take kindly to Budden's critiques, and the back-and-forth escalated. Joe's comments about Drake's ghostwriting rumors were a big part of the friction, with Joe accusing Drake of not being fully genuine in his craft. Drake responded in his usual way, through music, releasing tracks like Back to Back that took direct shots at Joe. As time passed, the tension simmered, especially with Joe's commentary on Drake's work as a podcaster. Drake's frustration with Joe seemed to grow, with the Toronto rapper distancing himself from Budden, especially when Budden continued to criticize his music and persona. While the feud has cooled in recent years, the underlying animosity is still felt, with both sides occasionally throwing passive-aggressive remarks at each other. The clash between Joe and Drake is a classic example of two strong personalities not seeing eye to eye, and their complex relationship continues to be a topic of fascination for fans and media alike.